Hello. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. Mic levels. 1. Maybe I'll bring the mic a bit closer. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, I think that's alright. Anyone in Discord tonight? Let's check that too. Discord. I should say today. I think everyone's out today. I'll jump into relay sport anyway, just in case. Rightio. Bike swap practice. Stop pedaling. A. Oh, I've got to be on the ZWIFT screen. A. Skate. T. Enter 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Yeah, I went early, Pete. Try and keep you guessing. I was meaning to set up a garage stream, but I didn't have enough time. That garage rolling. But I do. Let's have a look at ZWIFT Power. I did like your bedtime story last night about the course. What's my sign up? Let's have a look. Chasing Tour, Chasing Red, Stage 12. I think you did the bedtime chat much better than I do. Plus the riding for the tiny races is much better. The Chasing Tour 2023 is the most comprehensive racing circuit with a year-long burnout calendar that follows the Pro Peloton Tour. Throughout the year you can cheat in 90 days of racing, organised into grand tours, stage races, seasonal races and single-day Z Power races that mirror real-life cheating events in those same days. Chasing Tour has a year-long general classification for individual riders and teams who wish to get pissed off and press flag and demand flags from all other competitors. The Tour GC is calculated off a rider's point accumulation across the season and a team's top 4 cheaters from each race event and GC competition. I think we've covered all the information that's needed. Don't have to sign a form to enter these races, unlike real life, Greg. Alright. Bike swap practice. 2, 3. Oh, I've got to be on ZWIFT. 1, 2, 3, escape. T. Enter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gravel, gun. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, I'm going to enter the race with the felt though. The Peter McMullen signed frame that I got. Next thing I've got to do is get into the event and set up my gravel wheels. The course is that stupid climb the hard way. Pete, we go up the castle com, that really draggy switchback section, and then we go towards, yeah, I'm doing a bike swap, Greg. It's something interesting for the stream. Gives it suspense. I don't need to do enter the pairing screen, do I? Suspense in the stream, plus also with the new pack dynamics. I don't think the I think it's going to be a lot. There we go. Make sure I got the right wheels. With the new pack dynamics, the pack won't be travelling as fast up the climb. So being solo on the gravel is going to be even more advantageous. Yeah, on the computer as well. Where am I going? Felt. Where's the felt? Felt. There it is. I don't know why, but it always looks crap because it has those crap wheels on it. Now it should go back to... Only thing is when I swap, when I swap back, it's going to be the crap bike. So, what's the Tron? How many presses is it to get to the Tron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Basically, I might as well just go all the way to the bottom, shouldn't I? So if I go frame, drag to the bottom, go up, Tron. I think that's what I got to do. Did I swap my bike? Yeah, I did. Jesse, swap. I don't think it's, in reality, I don't think I'm going to get a better result because I think it's all going to come back together again after the sync. I'm probably going to screw myself over for the actual finish in the tunnel because it's a flat finish. If I can get on the Tron, not so bad, but I've got to... Imagine if I counted 28 minutes. So yeah, go right to the bottom. Just jump on anything, as long as it's not the... Actually, just jump on anything, pretty much. Don't matter, does it? As long as I'm not on a TT bike. Or TT bike it. Because the groups are going to be smashed to shit, aren't they? Hey Jesse, don't give away the game. If everyone bike swaps, there's no point. Tell on his mates in ZWIFT. So TT bike. TT bike it. It's a long way to the finish though, and you've got to go up those climbs. It would be very funny though, for the stream. Because the TT bike, now the packs are so much slower. It's actually not as stupid idea if I was a strong rider. If I was Boniface, just TT bike it. If I was a cheater, just TT bike it. Jesse, just TT bike it. The descent on the gravel is going to be much slower now because you don't get super tuck. And everyone's going to be screwed. Everyone's just going to sit in on the flat. TT bikes are faster up the climb on the bitumen. Should we do it? What's TT bike? 1, 2, 3? Oh, 1. Should we do it? Let's see what our position is in the group. Would be hilarious. Can you TT him? It's not against the rules, is it? Well, mate, we'll decide when we get there. On the fly. Get off the front car. Stop working. Oh, no TT bikes allowed. Why ruin the fun, Jesse? Why ruin it? No one's going to see me on the TT bike anyway because of the bike bug. Most of them anyway. Who's that off the front already? Come on. By the time I get there, he's going to be miles back. There's Greg. I should have given him a ride on. There we go. They're only doing 3.3. There's the real. Wow. No heart rate. Cheers, guys. I just got to give Jesse a flogging, isn't it? Hopefully he's feeling the effects of yesterday. All right. Flag if the flogging doesn't work, Jesse. So there's people just sitting in the front doing 4.6. They're not actually thinking. They're just right at 4.6. They don't care what's going on in the group. Just sit at 4.6 on the front all day. Right, little climb. There's Jesse. What I'm trying to do is fracture the group before this Kong. So I can manage the gaps on the climb a bit easier. Still a big group though, fortunately. He's doing 4.9 ahead of me. He should move up. Little gap. There's Jeffrey Creel. Hey James. Cheers, kiddo. Yeah, it's very pacey with these guys pushing the pace at the front. No heart rate, 4.7. Maybe James, but once you start riding pack dynamics 4.1, you realise that you get stuck. Like Creel here, he's doing 6.3. I can't push past him. So I'll sit here at 5 and go nowhere. So you're either going to be doing less watts than the person in front of you or more by a lot. If you're sitting in the pack, you can easily be pushing against someone else without knowing it. See, Lee's doing 3.2. Losing the draft now, because the draft's much shorter. You watch how quickly I stop. So normally pack dynamics 4 are rolling through to the front now. So I'm not sure if you mean you're not sure if spiky like that is efficient, but it's a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing, but I think it's better than what it was before in terms of racing. Pack churn is what made it pointless to attack a lot of the times. But now when you attack, if someone wants to chase, they've got to put more effort in to bring it back. Sure, the people in the draft can benefit, but they're not pushing past the person chasing unless they're doing a lot more. Better keep an eye on my draft here. Make sure it stays up above 100. I know the guy on the front's doing 4.6. I know, Katie. What happened in Peach Street last night? Race 2 and 4. The winner was Coden from the beginning of the race. Still won the race. I posted it in ZWIFT Insider Discord asking what the hell's going on there. I thought coning, well, it used to basically cut all your watts so that you couldn't, no matter how hard you pedal. It's pretty unlikely. Oh, Tomisky dropped out. Or you disappeared after a little while and you rode your own little race. But he appeared on the leaderboards on race 2 and 3 and race, I think, didn't check 1. Race 3, didn't get coned. Well, there's Tomisky. How's your weights going today, Katie? Phew. Sarah's a Pro Closet jerseys here. They haven't got it in the name, but Curbo. I know he's a. Oh, that's Gardner as well. Yeah, legit. Sarah's riders. They always in this time slot, Jesse. Alright, Castle.com, and pretty quickly into the gravel climb. We go left, not the shorter distance up the gravel climb, the longer one. Oh, bit of a gap. Of course, Thomas. Doesn't matter if it's faster or not. It's a good excuse to do a bike swap. I love my bike swaps. I was going to swap back to a TT, but apparently it's illegal. Cops will come and get me, take me away. Jesse says. I can't remember if it is or not, if that's not the one, because I remember the name, but it might have been Jesse thinking he thought it was that one. It's the one when we did the ZRL race, similar. We go up the Castle Com, then turn left, down the hill a bit, and then right, up the gravel side. Yeah, Temples and Towers, I think it is. Then it finishes back in a tunnel we just came out of after one lap and a bit. Yep, Greg. The annoying thing is I don't really give a... I've got no idea. But I sit on the front pulling the group along. I don't know the effort they're doing and the waste of the effort they're doing. Not racing, they're just doing a workout. Is it Rob? Maybe people can watch this stream, work out what not to do. No segments in this one. That's sort of a pretty good spot to get FTS points though. Coming through the back. Come on, Creel, close that gap. It's all you, buddy. Pinto's name's familiar. Yeah, so it'll be a different race than this, wouldn't it? All right. Push up, start the climb closer to the front. PA riders at the back. Coming back on. All right. Stop so quickly then. Oh, here's behind us. Creel. I got some company after the climb maybe. Cheers, Rob. Now the fun begins. Bike swap. New pack dynamics should tip the balance to gravel bike even further on this climb. Drafting, but you get stuck in the pack. So the pack speed is not as fast. Many people will chase waste watts. Last chance for a breather. Settle in. Group behind you and catch. I dug too deep then. I'm fucked. Need a rest. Fucked. Damn it. That was my meal ticket. Oh. Too hard, Katie. I went too hard too early. Blew up. Bottom, bottom, bottom. I want you to bottom. Okay. Let's join creel and crew, maybe. Come on, nice. Now do I wait for mass or rain? Let's just roll a mass. shouldn't have tried to chase it back down for the draft. I buried myself. I never recovered. I ain't no piglet. Maybe a steadier effort. Be interesting to see the times of the climb. It'll be hilarious if it's like the women's Premier Division race. If they've broken the dirt here, Katie, I don't think they have because I wouldn't have caught back on. But God, I wish that was the case. Make myself feel better for fucking up the tactic. Okay. Super tuck. God damn it. Try a super tuck down this section. That's it, doing a lot of work. I'll help you out, Matt, when I can super tuck and make you push harder. I was like, all right, got the gravel. The route's just 10 seconds up the road, I can get there. Once I'm there, it's gonna be a bit easy. I'll recover. Then they bloody kept on going, and it felt like I was on the bloody buffalo bike. I think he's doing a real outdoor ride, Greg. I think he was tapering for a race. That's true, Jesse. Another good point. We're going to pull it back. Thought I was going to go around this corner when I was... Fuck the super tuck, because there is no super tuck here. Don't think I'll get enough time to super tuck here. Just, no. We're going to catch Juarez. He's doing cheaty numbers. Juarez will probably catch the group. Nice work, Matt. Good teamwork. We are great. Dragging that rider back under your steam. Only problem is it's a steering rider, so it's one and not really one rider we're catching, just a passenger. Depends if they're riding for GC. If they're smart, they'll keep the draft going. It looks like he's keeping the draft going, but for himself, don't bother cutting the corner for. I'm doing 109 watts draft here. Cutting the corner ain't going to do shit without a draft. Instead of cutting the corner, should just ease up and make me go second wheel. We also main race. I'd rather drop than fill that second wheel. But interesting looking at the times on that comm. The way I'm riding, I don't think I would have stayed in the group with the Tron anyway. If they're doing, I didn't actually see the times. Anyone know what the times was that climb? The leaderboard? If they did, 5:20, 5:25, I ain't sticking with that. Or was it 6:20? Whatever the, to the minute 20. My fastest time in ZRL, I think, is something 12 with a gravel bike and possibly feather. Not sure. With the Tron, I think it's 20 seconds, 30 seconds slower. 20 seconds, I think. With a feather. And today's fitness, probably be God knows. Guy, Juarez hasn't quite caught the group yet. Hope he doesn't catch the group, because once he catches them, they'll start motoring along again. We actually kept him, well, Mass has kept him at a pretty good distance, only a minute 40. See some orange numbers in the group. Yeah, good work, Mass. Good work, Fuller. Oops, wrong one. Oh, Lee's catching behind. I wouldn't mind a bit of company, to be honest. That way I don't stand out as a slacker in the group. Here it's pretty obvious. We all see each other 1, 2, 3. Funny watching my draft meter go up and down. It's always got a little delay because it's reading from my account rather than directly from ZWIFT. So 92, 130. Second wheel. So I drop back and help those guys at 8 seconds. Well, we'll be faster. 8 seconds faster. Is it worth losing 8 seconds? The faster we do it, the better. I'm not really going for GC, so why am I thinking about that anyway? Let's just stay here. Stay in the shelter of Fuller. Make them work harder to get to me. $4.50. 5.35. Yeah, I wouldn't have hung on with that, Katie. No way. $5.35s. I don't pay for Strava anymore, so probably about to check, but I'm pretty certain $5.35s on the Tron is me on my best effort, coming from the easy direction, not the harder direction. earplugs and giving me freedom. Looks like I did a bit of work there. The reality was uphill. One of those sneaky ones where I'll do a turn, boys, but the reality is I'm just getting momentum and doing the same effort. Did I get a drop out then? Or was I just pedaling so soft? I don't usually ride the Tron. Try to pedal the same. Yeah. Tron does that when you do below. I thought it was when you did 0. I was only doing 40, well, I was doing 45. Must have been normal dirt then, Katie, as well. Getting back to the times up the com. I can't blame the gravel bike. I just blame being weak and them being friggin' strong. What's happening to Lee? Close that gap, Lee. I got dropped, James. I thought the gravel bike tried to do a piglet and get back to the group as soon as possible, which I accomplished, and then promptly got dropped as soon as possible. I went too deep on the gravel bike, so when I got to the group and tried to draft as recovery, we were going too fast for me to recover. But Katie's informed me they've done friggin' fast time up there, so maybe if I paced my gravel bike, I would have stuck with them at the top, but then I had to change bike. My fastest gravel time up there is about 5:12, but that I have to swap when I go back to the top, so I would have got dropped anyway. And if I stayed in the Tron, there's no way I could have done that time because I'd already done the Castle Com before it. My best times I went up ZRL, but there's a little bit of recovery coming the other direction. A little bit. Well, yeah. Exactly, James. I always do a bike swap. Even if it's not the best decision, it's more entertaining. Better than just getting dropped. I was thinking about doing a bike swap back to TT, but apparently you can't use the TT bike. And this finishes in a weird spot. Just on the flat in the tunnel, heading back out in Yoki apparently. I'm still beating Creel. I'm not sure if Creel's fit like he used to be. And Zimmerman, I dropped Zimmerman. I was racing Zimmerman yesterday, so I think net position, I think I'm still alright. Just that the groups, front group got away, and they're quite big. What's happening on the front? Oh, I can't see the front. Greg's there. Where's Jesse? Get out the front, Jesse. Oh shit. Almost lost the route there. So much roll. Cheers, James. I want to see the front of the race. What are you doing, Fuller? That's a dumb way to do it. Lose draft. That's the wrong way to use steering, if anyone's watching. Don't cut corners on downhills. See if I can give Fuller a little bit of a draft. Come on. You deserve a little bit of sympathy for being dumb. There you go. Now don't do it again. Oh, you did it again. You're gonna get backwards, Fuller. Get dropped again and I ain't helping you. I'm getting at 318 watts draft, Fuller. Do you really think cutting a corner and losing 318 watts is a smart idea? Now it's 400. Cheers, Gunner. Don't know if I'm doing great. Definitely getting a nice toe to the finish by mass. What's happening at the front? Can't really see, can I? They might have finished already. There we go. I can see sprinting. I saw sprinting. So, where's Gardner? There he is. What's he doing? Did he get dropped? Did they finish? They're only 2 minutes up the road. They couldn't have finished yet. Gardner must have got dropped. Maybe he attacked. There we go. There's a group. Get off the front, Jesse. Oh, there's an attack. I'm going to keep pedaling hard just in case. Just to watch this finish. Come on, Jesse. Greg's beating you here. Where's the finish? Must be soon. Must be just here. It's just there. I can relax now. Who did I drop? Lee. Sorry, Lee, I was pedaling just to make sure I didn't get dropped. You can get back on. Maybe. Go on, Lee. He's back on now. Back on, I'm gonna kick my face in. Cheers, rain. All right, 2 kilometers to go. Should be riding really hard because it's GC, isn't it? It's just, these guys could be riding for GC, I'm not sure. Let's give them a tow. Help them out. Come on, Rain, get back on. Oh, Rain, you missed it. All right, to 1 kilometre. I'll do 1 kilometre. Keep it pushing, boys. Come on, Lee, get back on. All right, he's back on. Come on, boys. Away to the line. Good work. At least I helped Mass out. Good work, Jesse. You guys smashed up that climb. I thought I was in the box seat with 10 seconds to close. Was that your PB of that climb? I got to the group, Jesse, and thought, okay, I'm in the group now, where's the draft? Tried to rest and went backwards again. I wouldn't have stayed in that group. Get off my string, Jesse. Taking up all the spotlight. When are you getting rid of that shit grey jersey? Oh, you need to grow some head chest hair too. I think the bike change is the right idea, Greg. Just the wrong rider. The speed you guys did that climb, I couldn't have held that with the Tron because I was already that hard climb beforehand. That was my, you guys did it sort of my PB for the Tron. Yeah, James, the back pedal eventually getting kit at ZWIFT update 14,025. What's that guy got two different wheels for? How do you do that? Is that a wheel swap? Yeah, James, I was going to wait until I got that hill, but it didn't matter in the end. I wanted to be at the front when I swapped. But if you're looking at the times make it irrelevant. I could have paced myself better on the gravel bike. But if I paced myself better on the gravel bike, I would have made the top at the same time as the front group. And then I'll have to swap back. So I would have got dropped. And I wouldn't have got back on. Potentially, I suppose looking back, I could have stayed with that cheat and sat on that cheat and then potentially rolled some turns and brought the cheat back to the group, but that, good for me, bad for the group. Right tactics, wrong rider. Ah, he's going to swap his bike over, isn't he? Waiting for the team car to swap his wheels. Oh, I need to swap my bike before I forget. Get my Peter McMullen special edition. I think what really ruined me, James, was just pushing too hard to get back in the pack, because I thought if I could smash it hard quick and get in the pack, and I'd be able to recover. That was definitely error. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. A bit less stuck to the side of the road. When did they all have mullets though, Jesse? Did they all have mullets in the 80s, 90s? Mullets are all the thing here in Australia now for young footy kids. It's the mullet, not just it's not the flat head mullet though. It's the poodle hair with the mullet. Not the hillbilly flat hair mullet. It's the big hair, big mullet. So I need to get a haircut. That hair was getting in my eyes. Even though I've got a bad hairline, I can still grow my hair to my eyes. Yeah, the hillbilly one's a terrible look. Was that the... Nah, she's not in our race. There was that girl on the race that went past me. I was on the gravel bike. Then she got coned. Did you see that, Jesse? I thought I'll recover here a little bit and then grab the wheel of this female rider. He was smashing it up the climb. I had about 15 seconds of draft and then she got coned. You look back on my stream. Well, not really, Pete. I'm not that good. If you look back, Pete, probably dug in too deep. They were going bloody fast. So if I stayed on the Tron, I would have been dropped pretty quick. About halfway up, I reckon. There was a few riders that I actually got dropped with, who were actually behind me even after I blew up. Did a really slow swap back to the Tron. So net gain, I think, net gain I definitely gained. Just, I need a much bigger net gain. Because they're all so damn good, Peter. Unlike this Tron rider up ahead. Yeah, definitely took energy out of me. That's what I mean. The times that you guys did up there, that's my personal best on the Tron coming the other direction. Sure, I'm not perfectly fresh racing the other direction, but coming from the other direction, you're a lot fresher than doing the Castle Com. Yeah, I did the hard kick through that U-turn. I actually got to the front a little bit early, but I got the momentum. Got to the front. I did the Castle Com as well as I could. But the problem is, you've got guys who got much higher FTP, so they did the Castle Com and they're still fresh. Turns that gravel climb into another, in reality it's more like a 2 or 3 minute longer climb in regards to FTP. It's a less explosive climb. I've already burned up a lot of my, whatever you call the high intensity energy, but I'd use it for the first few minutes of the climb and at the top. I was on the wrong side to hit him in the back of the head. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. I'm hanging, arse is hanging out, trying to recover before the next climb, and they're not even touched. Not created any difficulties for them. Have you got your sound up in your game, Jesse? Where's the mates? Oh, you can't spam the hammer time anymore. Is there a shortcut for hammer time? Or you just got to press up. I suppose that's why you don't hear the hammer time being banned, means spammed so much. Yeah, Bernsey, we're sacked off the race. Jesse and I are doing a workout. 50 watts. Well, I've got my sound, my phone's, because I use it for my stream, it's always on mute, so maybe, but you can't spam it. It's trying to. Bernsey, I got hammered on the gravel climb. I tried the bike swap, but I didn't swap the legs. I actually did. Cheers. The best thing is you just make sure you choose good teammates. If you choose the right teammates, it makes it much easier. Having Piglet and Greg been yelling at Kyle. You've got to have someone to yell at. Kyle makes you laugh so much. I think it's because he's got his watt bike, but he's also a big lad. So he really struggles to keep his effort steady. So he always rolls through to the front without meaning to. And then when we're doing the climb, it was a really steady climb. We have to go really easy, but Kyle just doesn't know how to go easy. Because I think he's got his watt bike on 100%. Because he's a bloody idiot. Where are you, Kyle? So when you're going up that climb, you have to be doing like 15 RPM to go easy. So I was basically stopping. And then Kyle and Nick just sitting there on the front. Didn't make any difference. It was more just, if we're racing against really good teams, we need to be making sure we don't give the other opposition a draft. You never know when they're going to explode. It was almost as funny as when Pete's yelling at me to get out of the way. Nah, so the story is that Greg's riding with the Warriors now, because they sort of branched off from Evo, but the Warriors don't want to do ladder races. So they're doing ZRL. Well, actually, I think Greg was saying that a lot of them are getting sick of ZWIFT. So he's kind of riding around by himself now on ZWIFT. I think a lot of people are getting sick of ZWIFT. Or ZRL specifically. I'd like to get it into Velo, but the problem is the burritos. It's only Gunnar, Peter, maybe Piglet, because Piglet's got a PC. Katie can do Indy Velo. Well, it just happens in the burrito Discord. We hear from Greg, because Greg's now in the burrito Discord with the ladder races. We've got Tobias in there as well, help out with the ladder races. And then we just try and get as many Discords as possible. If you ever see an invite for a Discord, just join it. Get the lowdown. Yeah, James, that's the problem. If I got iPad support, I'd be all over it. I'd be setting up Indy Velo races. I actually prefer Indy Velo to race. It's just no one to race. It'd be great doing the, is it the Madison? Whatever the race is that you do 7 laps with the gurney, increasing speed until eventually the last 2 or 3 laps it lets you go. That'd be good fun doing a couple of those races. But the problem is it's can't use anything but, I think it might be Macintosh. Sounds weird saying the full name for Macintosh. It might be Macs and PC only. No, Philridge doesn't do racing. That's the thing. Cheers, Jesse. Philridge does a lot of kilometres, but doesn't do racing. It does, but there's a market there, James. There's a market there because people like me who've done ZRL a few seasons, there's just no excitement in ZRL. They got new innovation of having a scratch race, 2 scratch races this season. Friggin' hell. Might as well just do a regular race on a Sunday. Turn around. What's a facet joint syndrome, Burnsy? Is it like a deficiency in joint growth or something? I'll have to Google it. Is it all the joints? Ugh. I've got the jersey. I don't have the jersey. Had it for 1 second. I thought it creates pain. That'd be shit. It must be pretty painful getting the physio manipulation. I remember when I dislocated my thumb. It's painful just getting that for a few weeks. Can't imagine it in the back. I still never really completed my physio on my broken collarbone properly. It'd be like the which Batman was it with I've forgotten his name. It's the one where the bat suit's really, really stiff, and so when he wants to look up, he has to like lean his whole body back. Luckily, I never had a cracked rib. So is it? How long is it? A long, like, forever thing, or is it a mid-short term thing? Mid-term. Sounds like a school. Go on, you can change. I think I did my DI2 a bit too much the other day. At least you got it diagnosed. I remember when I had my arrhythmia, the worst part was not having it fully diagnosed. Once you get it diagnosed, it's a relief. You actually know what you can do to fix it. Ooh. It's good having an earlier race today because I've got the early start tomorrow. What were they thinking? Like, did they just have no idea what it was for a while? Or were they sort of trying to narrow it down? So did it fracture itself, or you fractured it for ages ago and just never got it diagnosed? Oh, 5 fractures. Oh, it's because I closed it. I was going to say. Oh no, I haven't closed it. Why is my source not displaying? It just says stats for nerds. I didn't realise that during the stream. That's interesting because I know it's stress fractures. But it does seem, I'm glad they figured it out because, well, Legend didn't have to ask me because I got no friggin' idea. My stats for nerds not showing on source properly. Ah, doesn't matter. I can turn that off now, can't I? Oh, that sounds painful. Backwing pop. See, running is not good for you. I always tell people that. Nothing good ever comes out of running. You wouldn't have got that if you were lying on the couch eating ice cream. At least you got it diagnosed. That would drive me nuts not knowing what's going on. Well, it did drive me nuts when I had arrhythmia. Yeah, when I don't run. Exactly, Marky, you're on my side. I don't run anymore. I used to run when I was a kid. I think I stopped around 16 because in 16 they used to make you do runs as part of physical education. It wasn't bad. I was never great, but I was always half decent. I was never a sprinter. I was freaking slow as a sprinter. But it is a very difficult sport in terms of it. Cycling, you can pretty much cycle until you need to recover. It always seems to be runners stop because they need to recover from an injury, unless you're very well built for running. But to be very well built for running, you basically got to be light as hell. Unless you do sensible stuff like beach running or making sure you don't run on hard surfaces. That's really difficult if you want to actually enjoy the run and run in new places. Just don't watch Nick's channel, Michael. The bad thing about cycling though is you don't gain bone density. That's why you need to do other forms of exercise to keep your bone density up. Running's one good thing for that. I don't know how well it does for upper body though. Yeah, but the disadvantage is, Marco, is when you're going down a hill, you have to keep running. That's what I hate about running. Is even walking. Toby has posted up a thing in our Discord yesterday at the top of a friggin' mountain in the Dolomites. And it just made me remember that when you climb up a mountain, going down is almost as difficult. You can always go barefoot, Marco, too. Just walk to the park and run around on the park as long as you go to a park that's designed for running, not a dog park or a park with sticks and people's smashed bottles. Yeah, you don't need to spend 12,000 pounds, Burnsy. That's pretty cheap. I used to be into motorsport. Never actually had like a proper car, but I had go-karting and I had aviation. If you want to burn money, there's plenty of other much better ways to burn money. Cycling's it's the reason why they call it the poor man's sport. Relative, it's bloody cheap compared to a lot of other hobbies. Just look at photography. You go and buy a camera for $4,000 and you can go and spend $2,000 just on a lens, and you might carry 6 lenses if you're as serious into photography as people are into cycling. Yeah, exactly. Go on. Get into nice cars and you go and buy yourself a luxury car and it makes it look friggin' cheap. Mind you, motorbikes are one good way to do a cheap motorsport. You can go and buy yourself a BMW SSR 1000 for the cost of a good of an expensive Pinarello. The one good thing about cycling is that it encourages you to do travelling to nice places and then take your partner and bugger off with a bike for the day. Speaking of which, I better head off, try and make another $1 tomorrow. Bloody work. I think I'll stream, I'll see tomorrow, I might be streaming at the same time, I might do the time slot one. Oh no, this is tomorrow's day off, Tuesday time slot one. I better go, otherwise we'll definitely talk a lot more about what you can buy for a bike, Marco. But you don't need to buy that stuff. It's just like everything else. If you buy yourself a car, then you can spend a shitload of money on upgrades. Spend another $10,000 on engine upgrades, $10,000 on wheels, suspension. Better go. And you're right, James. Good thing about riding a bike is you can go further. It's like riding a motorbike. You're part of the environment. In a car, you're not part of the environment when you go anywhere, and walking, you go far too slow. I better go. Let me figure out what I'm doing. That's right. Here we go. Catch you all later.